What up? What up? What up, world? We are back. It is Monday. This is Get Right Fantasy Network. I'm Anthony, aka Rasta, and I'm here with Classic Mike. What up, Classic Mike? How you doing tonight, man? How you doing?
Good, man. Enjoying the day. The fiance had her birthday today. Shout
Happy
out to
birthday.
Christine. Happy birthday. Happy 33rd. We had a good day. And yeah, we're just back here and grading things and back. I'm just really happy to be back. I'm really uh I missed the last mock, which is very rare, and now I get to see what you guys did. I can grade all 12 teams. I don't have to worry about my own in this one, which is
Right.
great.
1 through 12. 1 through 12.
Uh-oh. What the fuck?
No way.
Wait. Hold on a sec.
Getting the work that wherever they go, they'll be a best.
I need to wipe my eyes.
Yeah. Wait. Is this a glitch?
Wait a minute.
Hey, watch this. To a hotel.
Start calling it.
That was great. I thought you were going for it.
Hey, I'm just
Dude.
excited to be back.
I'm like,
excited to be
do we
back.
need to hit a double intro for that?
Can we?
Oh yeah,
Are we allowed to do that?
just for you,
I think
brother.
you need to break us into the show.
Just for you. Hold on.
For old time.
All right. Oh, I thought we were getting the full.
I thought you were bringing us in.
Hey, do it again. Can we get a triple intro?
Triple
Oh,
intro.
Jesus Christ. All right. One more time.
Sure.
Ready?
What up? What up? What up? Hey, finally. Hey, I'm excited, man.
Justin's
Hey, I'm just.
back.
I'm here to listen, dude. I'm just. Hey, new phone. Who this? I like it. Dude, I'm like still working on my settings and everything. Don't worry, boys. I'm freaking here. Damn, I already got the first one.
Look at this. Look at this. No way. In the house. I've been answering questions. People have been asking for you guys, man. He's been MIA, but he is back. Mark it down. What up, man? How you doing?
I gotta figure things out. I gotta figure things out over here, boys. It's been a
all right.
minute.
You work on it. We're gonna get this thing going, man. For those of you guys who don't know, it is Monday night. We are grading our mock from last week, which was a 12-team Superflex PPR redraft, 3 wide receiver. Dustin will bring it up. I mean, do you need the link? Are you looking at the draft here? We'll send it to you. We got you. I'm so excited. I'm like at a loss for words for a second.
So am I. So am I.
No, he's
awesome,
upset he's upset right now that his Apple AirPods won't work with his Android phone, and believe me, I know your struggle, my friend.
Oh, is that what's going on right now?
Yeah.
Hey, they usually work. Hey, I've been over here. I was trying to get on time, shock the crowd, and of course, had a little technical difficulties, if you will.
That's okay. It was a surprise to me, man. That's what's
I
up,
love
though.
it.
That's awesome.
Hey, I'm not
man.
gonna lie, guys. I'm a little nervous, dude. It's been a while.
It has been. Hey, it's like riding a bike, though, man. Once we get into it, you
Yeah.
start seeing football, you'll get excited. I can't wait to hear some of your takes, what you're thinking of these guys so
I
far.
know.
I'm a
Answered
listener.
all mine. So
But it's okay, man. I'm just happy you're here. So
I'm just a listener.
there it is. Well, and then hey, it'd be perfect. You can ask the questions and we'll get the feedback, man. I'm excited. Did you get the link? I sent it to you on the private chat.
Yeah, no, hey, so about that. I have it,
Okay.
but not the first 2 teams. So your grades are
All right, we'll take over the first 2. Let's do it, man. All right, let's get into it, man. Let's do it. Let's break these teams down. Like we said, this is a super flex PPR redraft. 3 wide receiver in this one here. So we'll start off here with Team Run. We got Ron Swanson in the house. Shout out to Ron Swanson.
what up?
And let's get into this team, man. So I'll read it off and then we'll get the breakdown. So we got at the 101, even in the super flex, my man went Taylor. Then he went Joe Mixon in the second, Nick Chubb in the third, Darren Waller in the 4th, Brees Hall in the 5th, and then we're wondering if he knew it was super flex or not. He finally takes his first quarterback in round 6, which is Deshaun Watson. If he plays, I mean, I guess we look a little silly after that.
Yeah.
Tannehill goes at number 7. We don't expect obviously too much with him. Either way, it goes Devonta Smith here in the 8th, Hunter Renfrow in the 9th, our guy Mills in the 10th, Claypool in the 11th, Gallup in the 12th, Kenny Pickett in the 13th, and then gets Pickens in the 14th and a little Odell Beckham in the 15th. So I'll let you break this one down first, Mike.
Yeah. So for me, unfortunately, this is my. Huh?
Here we go.
Okay. Well, for this, this is my 11th ranked team. I'm going with the C-. Honestly, I mean, I'm gonna put it this way. He took the hero RB approach, like literally, like this is the strongest wide receiving group, or sorry, strongest running back group there is in this whole draft. Honestly, it's great. But the wide receiver is extremely weak. If Watson doesn't play, quarterbacks are extremely weak. Now, this could get a bump if Watson plays and plays for the full year. Other than that, this team is very I just don't like it. There's too much risk involved. There's just too much going on that I can't get behind. And you know, it's a different build, which is fine. And I'm usually one that doesn't mind going late on quarterback, but this is a little late for me.
Dustin, any thoughts on this one here? Just right out of the gate, you want to break something down or what?
It's on me?
Yeah, you want to go on this or what?
Hey, I love it, Ron Swanson. I will say, going over this whole draft, I did already preview everybody's draft. It's hard to say like a percentage, right? Tough. Hey, when it comes to quarterbacks, that's the first thing I look at. Like when I'm scrolling through and I'm grading, if you don't have 2 solid quarterbacks, I'm moving on to the next one. So I understand what you're saying. Even if you do have him for 6 games, that's cool. We all believe Mills could do his thing. I get it. Deshaun, it's so hard not to do what he did, though, to go 3 straight solid running backs. Like if you're looking at Chubb at 3-1, how do you skip that? And you're like, I'm going to come back from this, and then, you know.
Well, okay. Gus, can I ask you a question? Who would you want here? Nick Chubb or Devontae Adams?
Nick Chubb, 1,000,000%. Easy question. Next one, Mike.
Okay. Well, okay. Nick Chubb or CeeDee Lamb?
Nick Chubb. Easy question. Back to you, Mike.
Hey, he's a big Nick Chubb fan, man.
Okay.
Don't forget.
Hey, honestly, there too. Running back. Hey, I've been watching Swift, all these guys. Hey, since they were kids. You know what I mean? Hey, Gurley, forget about it. Come on, guys.
Hey, I'm on board with Chubb.
It's going to take a lot. I realize that my strategy is fading away with heavy RB,
robust RB.
No, bro, I'm one of the ones that do it. I do hero RB consistently, but the thing is, if I were to go, let's just say,
this is a
hero.
No, this is a robust RB. Hero RB is when you grab one.
Sorry, the no headphone thing is getting me, and I got like a bacon neck thing going on. I'll work on it, boys.
It's all good.
Okay, so robust RB, but either way, if I were to take at least, let's just say Devontae Adams over Chubb at that point. Well, then my next question is, would you take Chubb over Mixon?
Yeah, that's a great question.
I was going to say, yeah, that's a tough one for Dustin.
Because in that boat, like I'm on board with the Mixon pick. That's fine. But at that Chubb pick, I'd rather go Adams. And then I would have been actually this team would have been a lot higher if Devontae Adams was that 3rd round pick for him. And he kept the rest of what he did. If he grabbed an RB in the middle somewhere, that he could like throw in there. I don't know who he could probably go with that would make it better. But at the end of the day, if he had a little bit more depth at running back, he kept some of the depth that he had here, for wide receiver, Devontae Smith, Renfrow, Claypool, that's fine. Gallup, I'm still fading Gallup. I don't think he's coming back till November. But at the same time, like Pickens is not bad. Odell, I wouldn't have taken.
Gallup jersey.
Huh?
Oh, sorry. That was neither here nor there.
I'm not a big Gallup fan just because he's only going to be playing half the season. I'd rather take Tolbert, who I know is going to play the full season. But at the end of the day,
I would like to take a second to respond to you.
Yeah.
If that's okay with you.
No,
Classic?
You're not allowed to.
Hey, first off, thank you for being here. Horrible jersey choice. And
not a problem. Harry Carson, all day, brother.
Hey,
all day. Hall of Famer. Hall of Famer.
This team by far has the greatest running back quattro I've ever seen.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
Can you beat that?
No, nobody else is close.
No one else has anything close to that now.
It's just top heavy.
That was an expensive phone. Fine. Oh, that hurts.
It is. Well, I gave it a D, man. For what it is my 11th ranked team for a lot of the things we mentioned. Swanson, man, you know better, bro. I respect it. I appreciate it that you went for it and tried something new, so we could see it. And who knows if some other things fell other ways, maybe it does turn out. But yeah, that's where I'm at as well.
I can't knock that, boys. I'm feeling generous today. I'm giving him a B.
A zero everything. It was a zero everything but running back.
Yeah.
Hey man, I waited on everything.
It's super flex. In early. It's super flex. Like if Watson hits, this whole thing changes. Like Watson and Mills, like I'm good with the quarterbacks if Watson plays. The problem is taking him as your quarterback in general. I get he went with 4, and that's fine. But at the end of the day, I can't do it. I can't back it up.
Yeah, so, especially 3 wide receiver league. Crazy.
Yeah, I can't do it.
Anyway, we'll move on. Swanson, appreciate it, man. Keep coming back out. We know you'll get in more.
Oh, for sure.
And we'll take a minute just to remind everybody out there too. We're getting ready to do our mock draft tournament of champions coming up starting next week. We're going to be working on these details for all those ambassadors out there that are interested in running mocks for us next week. Hit us up. Let us know if you want to get involved. And again, if you want to get in it, of course, we'll keep talking about it more. But again, the Get Right mock draft tournament's coming up. All right, so let's move on, man. We'll go on here to Tycoon. You want to break that one down? Who wants to break it down?
Yeah, I got it.
Do it.
Yeah, because I can see it. So we got Josh Allen in the first. He goes with Daniel Jones in the 9th, with Jimmy Garoppolo in the 13th. So his 3 QBs right there, not bad. We go with Stephon Diggs to stack up with Josh Allen. AJ Brown in the 4th, with Marquise Brown in the 6th, DK Metcalf in the 7th, who's been falling everywhere. We got Jameson Williams in the 12th, with Kenny Golladay in the 14th, with DeAndre Swift in the 3rd, Travis Etienne in the 5th, James Cook in the 10th, with Ronald Jones in the 11th, and Gus Edwards to round out the 15th, with Dallas Goedert in the 8th. So what did you get him first? I want to take a minute for me.
For me?
Yeah.
I'll break it down. So for Tycoon, I came in here, and shout out to Tycoon. He was in here. What's up? I came in at a B+, man. To me, I thought it was a really strong team. It's really boom. And as you guys know, I like to play more boom than I do, floor.
Yeah.
To me, if you're not first, you're last. As you guys know, that's just how I personally like to play. And obviously there is, question marks and risks, with the team. But, overall, I mean, I don't hate it. So for me, it came in as my 4th ranked team. If I was taking over a team in here, I'd grab this one 4th and B+ as far as the grades. So well done, Tycoon.
What about you, Dust? Do you have anything about it?
Horrible. Absolutely horrible. But I'm tossing a B.
Okay.
Hey, because that's my floor tonight, guys. So if I don't like it, you're getting a B. I think you did good. I actually like Daniel Jones' picks.
Yeah.
Getting him
a little
that late.
QB too, just myself.
I like the young running backs. I actually love all these young running backs. Like, just got nothing. I'm just, hey, who's the guest? I love it.
What up, Martin?
Martin? Oh, man.
I was watching the show earlier. I'm going to delete my view.
Oh,
So you're gonna stick with the B. All right.
It's a low B.
Okay. So for me, I went at the 7th ranked team for me. 7th ranked. I gave him a B. I like this team. I do. You know, he has the good stack with Diggs. I'm very high on Diggs and Allen. Swift, you can't go to a mock without, you know, Tycoon taking Swift. Like, it's gonna happen. You know,
Hey, Georgia boys.
yeah, I mean, it is what it is. I'm actually
and
warming on
AJ Brown
Swift. Yeah.
and ETN. That's like his dream
Yeah.
3, 4, 5 right there.
Yeah. So I mean, ETN too. Like, I get it. Like, I'm very low on Brown. I've been very low on ETN, slowly warming, but not great. You know, Swift, I've always been, you know, I've always been a little bit lower on, but I'm liking what they have this year. 3rd ranked O line, you know, for, you know, PFF. And then on top of that, he's a talented back. His injury history scares me, but whose injury history doesn't in the top, like, what, 6, 7, 8 running backs? So, you know, the end of the day, it comes down to guys like, you know, Metcalf, who I have a lot of questions about, the Ronald Jones pick, which is I'm starting to fade a lot, just because of the concept. Yeah, and it's only because there's chatter of the concept that he might be cut just because he can't contribute to special teams. The signing of Jerick McKinnon is kind of a big deal. So, you know, it's one of those things where I think Jones
exciting.
Who? Jerick McKinnon? Yeah, I mean, I like the talent. I love Ronald Jones as the player, but if he, you know, if we keep hearing rumblings of the fact that he won't be playing, he has to kind of fade in some ways in my way. But you got him in the 11th, huh?
It's gonna be Myles Gaskin.
Yeah, well, I hope not, but it just keeps hearing, like, everything that you keep hearing just sounds like it. But at the end of the day, I'm like, would you rather have Ronald Jones or Derek Ward? Like, get rid. Or, you know,
neither.
It is what or no, Derek Gore. Sorry, Derek Gore. So I just don't. I'd rather have Ronald Jones at that point. So it is what it is on that. I like the James Cook pick. The Jason Williams, like, the Whispers had Jake Seeley on today, who was, you know, pretty high on him. And I don't know if I can get behind it, you know, even if he's the first 4 weeks out, but you know, he was kind of comparing him to Odell Beckham in his rookie year. So it is what it is. I like Goff.
It's a lotto ticket, man.
Yeah, he's definitely a lotto ticket. He's at the end. He's at, you know,
wide
receiver
has Diggs,
5.
Brown.
So yeah, I get it.
And Metcalf. I mean, he could.
I don't hate it.
Williams for a while.
Like I said, I don't hate it, but I hate taking players that are going to be out for a while. Like, unless we have an IR spot, there's just no point for me. So, and I like the Gus pick, even though he's on the pup. Like, you know, I think he has the best projection to come out on top. So
there it is. All right. Yeah. Well, anything else anyone want to add on Tycoon's team there, or you guys want to move on?
No, we can move on. Let's move on to Rafi Bomb.
All right. Sorry, Tycoon. We got like crickets right there.
Sorry, brother.
Did my sound go out? What happened? All right.
Ooh, look at Wilson. I have to point this out. Yes, your boy right here, creating new things, trying to upgrade everything. So yes, thank you, Wilson. I appreciate it. Sorry.
Like it. Let's
get into Rafi Bomb.
All right, man. So for Rafi Bomb, Dustin, are you on a screen where you can read this one off, or do you want me to do it?
Hey, starting at Jake the Snake, I can read it off.
Oh, okay. All right. So I'll get
got
Rafi.
McCaffrey, Cousins, Derek Carr, Pittman, Williams, Jerry Jeudy, Allen Robinson, Edmonds, Cage. Naheem Hines is still relevant. Gotta love it. Dawson Knox. I'll never say his name right until he officially starts for Atlanta, which he's going to.
Yeah, I got that report today.
I like that Algier. Jarvis, Cole Kmet, AJ Green. I love his bottom picks, honestly. I don't know. I like the guy. I'm gonna give him a B.
Okay.
Way too wide receiver heavy for me. And then he picked the 2 quarterbacks that hey, it's personal. It's not like, hey,
Oh,
based on last year's stats, anything like that. I'm like, hey,
these two are gonna blow up, and they're gonna be top 10, and you're gonna laugh.
top 10 is not even that hard. Like, of course, hey, they should be
Yeah, it
in
is.
a fight for the top 10.
They're gonna
You
be
get an
top
injury
10
or
for the
two in there,
non-running. They're gonna be top 10, and they're not even running quarterbacks. So sorry, it's gonna happen.
We'll see. Ooh, shots fired. I'm gonna get in between this one. I'll jump in real quick and just say, Ruffy Bomb. I like this one, man.
Yeah, I don't
Came
hate
in as
this
my
team.
number 2 ranked team. To me, I gave it an A-. I just really like it, man. It's a great hero RB build. As you guys know, I'm big on CMC still. I have him over JT. There is risk, of course, but it's just every pick is a pick I have made and or will make this year. Everyone but basically Knox. I mean, Knox is the only one I would take somebody else right there. Either I don't even mind not having the third QB. To me, you just got value at every position except for that Knox pick. Throw another running back or wide receiver there and just roll with Cole Kmet into the season. I'd be happy with that. So not bad, man. A- for me. What you think, D?
Yeah, I mean, for me,
Mike?
yeah, for me, because Dust
My bad.
already broke
He
it
went.
down.
My bad. All right, my bad.
I'm
I got
tossing a B.
confused.
All the way around, baby.
All right, go ahead.
So for me, I mean, I got him as the 5th ranked. It's a B in my opinion. I like this team regardless of it being weak at running back. Chase Edmonds isn't a horrible pick. Naeem Hines is going to be used. Al-Jair is probably going to be the lead back after a long period of time. After it's going to probably take a couple weeks to get him in. Love the wide receivers. Like these are literally everybody I pick anytime that I'm drafting in one way or another. To me, this team is like me playing golf in the summer without sunblock. Looks fun, but at the end of the day, I feel like I'm going to get burned. Like I know I'm going to get burned. Like I just know it. Like, so I can't really like put everything into this team. Like I can't be, fully behind it. But at the end of the day, I love the quarterbacks. Christian McCaffrey, I don't trust. Like I know everyone else trusts them and, everyone's on board with them. I just don't. I can't get behind it. For me, I think I have him ranked at like 4 or 5 compared to most people. Like I have Eckler at 2. I feel more comfortable with guys like that over someone like, Christian McCaffrey. I don't see it. And if you're
drafting in front of me in the draft, my friend.
No, it's fine. And you know what? If he falls to 8 or 9, I'll take him.
That's what I'm saying.
I can't do it. Like for me, I feel the opposite. Please take him. Like I'd rather someone else take him away so that I don't have to go. Yeah, because if I'm at the 101 for my keeper league, I have the choices between Derrick Henry and Eckler. And even if Christian McCaffrey is available, I'm not taking him. I can't.
I get what you mean. Hey, I'll be honest. I'd rather take a Derrick Henry. So if you leave me with an option of Christian McCaffrey and Derrick Henry, I'm still huge on Derrick Henry.
Yeah.
The world can fade him. It just makes it easier on me because if Christian McCaffrey's there, he's 101, whatever. Jonathan Taylor could be there. I don't care what anybody thinks.
And I get the argument because I know Ant's going to say it. Like he's not going to repeat. He's not going to cut. JT can't repeat again because of the concept that it hasn't happened in years. Since what LaDainian Tomlinson did it once. Like at the end of the day, we understand that, but I just can't get on board. Like Jonathan Taylor's healthier. He has a better line, a better team, a better quarterback. He has better almost everything compared to CMC. I'd rather take the running back on a team like that compared to a guy like CMC in any day.
He's just not better, though. That's the problem. He's just not better, and I'll take the talent.
So much better.
I'll take the talent. I still have it CMC, Henry, and Taylor. Dustin, just in case you didn't know, my current rankings. That's where I'm at.
We have to have the debate later.
I love it. And there's no reason not to have it like that. Anybody who doesn't have it like that is wrong.
Thanks. Then I'm wrong. I think I have Henry at like 5. Yeah. I gotta look back at my rankings. But I know that
that's you're real trendy though.
Yeah. Right. Okay.
Or you're setting the trend.
I'm trying to set the trend.
You are.
Wilson wants to know how many mocks you had that have done this year.
Oh, in golf, like trust me. It's golf season right now, boys.
Yes, sir. I've been playing all year. I shot a 91 on Sunday. Very proud of myself.
Go.
Should have been lower, but 3 putts killed me.
I was going to say putting. We won't. Hey, we won't go on a
Yeah,
putt talk.
but I'll put it 300 every time. So
Hey, we could do a putt podcast after this.
there you go.
There it is. After hours.
Yeah,
Once we get our Patreon going or something.
there we go.
The late night. Yeah.
The late
Hey,
night
this
show.
is what you guys have to look forward to. Our younger crowd. Hey, when you get old, you want to stay up late and talk about putting strategies.
There it is. All right. So who's reading this one? Is it my turn now?
Yeah, it's your turn.
Jake the Snake. What's up, Jake the Snake?
What up, Jake?
Again, appreciate you letting us break down your league with you and Pillsbury Throwboy and all the guys over there. So that was a lot of
Love that
fun
group.
getting to do that. So a real nice mock that they did, or a real nice draft that they had. So we'll see how that all goes. He'll keep us updated throughout the year. So anyway, Jake the Snake here goes Lamar Jackson as the QB2 off the board at the 104. Follows that up with Dalvin Cook in the second. Then goes Devontae Adams in the third. T. Higgins in the fourth. George Kittle in the fifth. Grabs his QB2 and Trevor Lawrence in the sixth, followed by his RB2 and AJ Dillon in the seventh. Then he goes with this wide receiver 3 and Drake London in the eighth. Then goes Adam Thielen in the ninth.
Great.
Tyler Lockett in the 10th. Some Ramondre Stevenson in the 11th. Isaiah Spiller in the 12th. Tim Patrick in the 13th. Jamal Williams in the 14th, who's starting to climb up a little bit there.
Yeah.
And I like Khalil Herbert, man, especially if you're getting him in the 15th. So
Oh, for sure.
go ahead. Where who wants to go first? You guys decide.
Hey, I'm tossing him a B. Hey, believe it or not, this is a B.
There it is.
Hey, I like this team, but it's a low B. If
Okay.
Trevor Lawrence can do something, I like some of his young guys. Stevenson, we all have high hopes. We had high hopes last year. I feel like I'm kind of over that. I like the Drake London pick. For me, hey, this is going to be my thing all year, and I will definitely eat it when I'm wrong. I'm not so huge on Devontae Adams. He got him third round. That's awesome.
I mean, it is super flex. But
Yeah,
I mean, it
it's
was going
super flex usually
108
goes-
last year.
Yeah, I was gonna say super flex will drop a little bit, but I mean, why don't you like him?
Derek Carr.
I hate
Is
to
it
say
Carr? Like I'm
Hey,
just gonna say, is it
hey.
Carr?
Dump and Doug Carr, yeah.
Okay. All right.
It totally is. And I think Carr's a great quarterback. I think he has the potential to be a top 10. I'm not we could go back and forth on whether he is or not. And I actually like the Raiders. I would put him in one of my top favorite teams in the NFL. I think he's just going to steal a lot of attention and open up everybody else. I think Renfro's going to have another good year. Last year was Waller, right? That's all they had. He got the 19 targets the first game. This is all off the top of my memory.
Then he
Jim
got
Ward-
hurt. Yeah.
Yeah, but then he got
he's
hurt.
not
for the
here with the
6
notebook
game.
to call me out, but I think he had 19 targets his first game.
Yep.
Yeah. He
And then
went
just
crazy.
plummeted.
It was 19 or 21, something like that.
Yeah,
It was
just
like
something
19.
ridiculous.
I
Might
think
be
he was
19
21
catches.
for 19. I think that's what it was. He had 21
makes
targets to 19. 19
Hey,
catches.
Devontae's going to open him up, which I don't know if Ant's changed, but I think it opens up Josh Jacobs, everything. Like the Raiders, they're taking over the whole field now.
Yeah.
So I like Derek Carr. He's not that. He does have stats people could throw at me for being the deep ball thrower. I get that, and I could throw Dak stats that he's a deep ball thrower. In reality, they're the same quarterback. They're not Aaron Rodgers. They're not looking to throw it 50, 60 yards. You know what I mean? So
Okay. No, and it's a fair argument. I mean, to be fair, I'm on board with Carr just because of the concept that without someone like Devontae Adams, he had the adjusted completion percentage third amongst quarterbacks last year. Among
but we know why.
Joe Burrow. Yeah, because he was showing he was throwing those short intermediate routes that went right to Renfro and to Waller, and that's fine. But my point is with Adams coming in now, yes, he's not coming into vacated targets. He's coming into he's coming in and then now everything's kind of spread out. So everyone's a little confused on who's going to get the most.
No way they're spending all that money on Adams and he's
not throwing. Oh, no. We all know that. Yeah. And that's my whole point. Like I am on board with Adams. Yeah.
At least 10. At least 10 a game.
And that's my whole I'm on board with Adams.
Same thing with Tyreek Hill.
Yeah, and I'm not gonna. I can't
Hey,
fade
but
him
two
because of the
corners on
quarterback.
either of them. Sorry, Classic. I'm new to this. Hey, I'm just walking back into it.
We're
But,
excited.
Hey
yeah.
man,
Mike and I have been arguing for weeks, so
yeah,
it's nice to have
it's
a,
nice to have a
third
second. You
opinion.
know, I just like it. I like Adams. I like where he went. I like the team. And you're completely right. I think that he opens up the game for everybody else. I really do. I think he helps everybody. You know, like when the Eagles brought in AJ Brown, I didn't feel like it helped anybody. The only person that it helped in any shape, way, or form is Hurts. I don't think it helped anyone else. Like for Adams, I felt like it helped everybody. It literally opened up the whole team. And it was really, you know,
Because he's that dude.
yeah, he's just that good. AJ Brown's is a good dude, but the problem is I
He's
just
that
don't
dude,
trust
too.
him. You know? Like I don't trust his ability to actually be out on the field the whole time. Like I don't know. It's a different
It's
perspective.
just cognitive bias because you hate the Eagles, but I agree with you.
No. See, here's the thing. It's not
You're
an
a big
Eagles
time.
take.
Hey, whether you know it or not, you can't tell me a Cowboys or an Eagle that you're like, you know what? Hey, I'm really feeling them this year.
First off, I
Nobody
like
cares
Miles
about
Sanders.
Washington.
I'm on Miles Sanders, and
That's horrible.
I like Dalton Schultz, and I'm a big fan of Jalen Tolbert. So, I mean, come on now.
How about this
I
guy,
do.
Come on
Justin?
now.
How do you feel about
No,
your boy
no
signing
James Washington.
ex-Steelers receiver James Washington?
James Washington is undraftable.
Yeah. Do not
We're already talking about rookies who have never seen the field starting
Jalen
over him.
Jalen Tolbert will get the ball more than James
1,000,000%.
Washington. Yeah.
Hey, draft him, Wilson, and then try to trade him like you did Zach Moss last year.
That was
No,
the
hey, I'm just talking mess. But that's how confident I am about James Washington not being a factor at all. And so obviously, as a Cowboys fan, I follow all the Cowboys news. It's like, oh, we're gonna sign. We're the favorite for. We're gonna get Julio. We're gonna
You're
get
not
this.
getting anybody.
Yeah, we're not.
I
Hey,
remember that.
we're
I
not here to
remember.
spend money. We're here to sell tickets. Cowboys we're not. Hey, Jim Boyd isn't in the chat, so I can speak freely because he's there. We're there to sell tickets. I would love for us to win it. I mean, we got a lot of great players, but we lost to the weakest.
Your O-line
team in
is
the NFL.
destroyed. Your O-line is now more Swiss cheese than normal.
I know you're not talking. Hey, we're here to grade teams, not talk about how ugly that jersey is.
First off, Harry
Let's go.
Carson, don't besmirch the name.
Never even heard of this guy.
If you've never heard of Harry Carson, you need to stop with football. Like,
He's done.
come on now.
Then he's done.
Hey, so on the
ahead,
FFC's right?
Yeah, go ahead, Mike.
No,
Break
we're
this
still
one
on
down.
Jake the Snake. We haven't even
was
broken
it?
down.
Oh,
Yeah.
I thought we graded it already.
No.
Oh.
I didn't even give him my grade or anything. I didn't do anything with him.
You
We
broke
gave it
his
to
whole
Dustin.
team down already. Go ahead, Mike. Go ahead.
So I gave him a 1. This is my favorite team.
A 1?
Yeah. This is
Number one.
my number 1 team. A+. Like I gave him an A. I didn't go with the plus. I went with the A. You know, I really like this team regardless of the Lamar pick. I hate Lamar in so many ways, but I understand why he's, you know, I just don't like him at the QB2. Like I would have taken Herbert over him. That's just my own personal opinion. But I'm okay with this team otherwise. I understand that he doesn't have a third QB. I don't care. We've talked about this before. You don't really need it. There's definitely other positions that you can fill it with, and it's completely okay. Dalvin Cook, I like. I love A.J. Dillon later. Trevor Lawrence, I'm high on. Kittle, I'm fine with. You know, I would have probably gone with someone else, you know, like another tight end later on. But other than that, I like the wide receivers. I think they're very solid, you know, with Adams, Higgins, Drake London, who's going to be a volume, you know, machine there. Adam Thielen, just a solid receiver. Lockett is very underrated for, you know, the type of player he is. Tim Patrick, I think, is going to do great this year. I like the upside at the end with handcuffs, and I'm good. Like, I like this team.
I think he killed the last end of his draft.
Yeah. I'd say a
lot of upside.
Yeah.
I would say 4 picks.
For me, it was my number 3 ranked team. Came in with the B+, and
nice.
for a lot of the reasons you guys said. So for the sake of time, we'll move on. I gave my input throughout the whole thing.
No, you're good, brother. I get it.
Yeah.
So yeah, I'll
That was
break down.
That was a good one.
I'll
Good
break
team,
down
Jake.
our good friend FF season. So
Oh,
for
don't do
one,
him too dirty. He only autoed the first pick. He was there for the rest of it.
Okay, so I'll give him that. So
Hey, is this timeout? Is this true? What I'm hearing, this is Mr. Auto Pick now.
yeah,
My boy, dude. I always give him the juice every time, and I seen that. I watched a show they were calling him Mr. Auto Pick.
yeah. Well, he's on probation. He's on notice.
I seen that.
So we got Justin Herbert as his, first overall pick at the 5 spot. Goes with Aaron Rodgers in the 3rd round right after. Goes with, Desmond Ridder really late in the 14th. Grabs Alvin Kamara in the 4th, Ezekiel Elliott in the 5th, Miles Sanders in the
Highway
9th.
robbery.
Oh, yeah, for sure. Tony Pollard in the 10th, Alexander Madison in the 13th, and Mark Ingram in the 15th. Goes with Sutton in the 6th, Darnell Mooney in the 7th, with Elijah Moore in the 8th, Kadarius Toney in the 11th, and Christian Watson in the 12th, with Kelsey in the 2nd. I mean,
I skipped the whole NFC East. You named every player but the NFC East.
Yeah, right. That's the literal NFC East right there, with one NFC West. So all right. So he goes, season goes, I didn't auto. I set up my queue. I came back after the first pick. All right.
I had your back
brother.
on that one season. I did have your back.
No, he has your back. I wasn't there. It's all good. I'm just busting your chops.
For sure.
I see him in the Whisperers joining their mocks, and he's completely there the whole time. Don't understand it.
He's just a little hurt.
My boy's busy, dude. He's sliding in DMs. He's drafting. He's doing all kinds of stuff. Who knows?
Yes, sir. And what did you give him?
For who?
For FF season.
FF season, I gave him a B. It was my 6th ranked team.
Nice.
I just thought he got a pretty nice value at all the picks. The wide receiver depth is just a little questionable to me. So it kind of kept it out of that like A range.
Okay.
I did have it like I liked it a lot as I was kind of, grading it going left to right. There's just kind of, some other teams that kind of just pushed it down a little more later. And just overall, I mean, if Kamara, if he plays, it's just, I mean, this team could be dangerous if these wide receivers hit.
Yeah.
But that's it. And I'm just real big on wide receivers this year. So I kind of want to see the team built around that, especially in a 3 wide receiver PPR. So,
yeah.
Go ahead.
What about you, Dust?
As always, I got my boy FF season in the top 3 for sure. We don't know what's going on with Kamara. Is he going to push it out to next year? We don't know what the suspension is going to be. Even if it is 6 games, cool. Feel like he's got the right handcuffs. As far as receivers that we're talking about, I'm a huge Sutton guy. Been big on Sutton. I hate to say this with Mike on the show. I like Kadarius Toney.
Ooh.
I really do. I mean, he's
good.
Hey, that dude's he's shifty. He's elusive. If Danny Dimes can get him the ball, he's in the right position. And have a Dalvin Cook injury, which is bound to happen. Having Madison, I mean, he could make a few changes to his team if he needs to once it comes to the waiver wire. Like, he has those guys that's cool to have on our team. And then if there is an injury, like, I'm not worried about dropping Ridder. You know what I mean? I could pick somebody else up. Like, so stuff like that's going to happen. He's going to have to watch the waiver wire. I'm never going to buy into Miles Sanders. And it's not just on what they say or haven't said lately that don't draft me, all that kind of whatever BS that they're talking about. But man, this is elite. If everybody's going, then.
Well, and then obviously he did handcuff, both his running backs with Pollard and Ingram. So that was well done as well. When you can do that, then you're not worrying about it. You're kind of putting all your eggs in those, kind of 2 backfields, so to speak.
And Madison.
3rd in Philadelphia does get Madison as well, too. So that's not bad in case anything happens to Cook or he does have a standalone role in this new offense.
People that are going to fly off the waiver wire,
Right. So, again, it's not bad. A little bit of risk. And, anyway, I'm good.
Yeah. I mean, for me, Yeah, I mean, overall, this was the third team for me, like third best team. B plus in my opinion. We kind of mentioned a lot of the things that um, you know, I'm high on the wide receivers, running backs. I'm fine with the Kamara thing. Is I'm feeling him a lot more. Just I listen to Drew Davenport. Definitely follow him on Twitter if you don't. He's one of the big. He's a defense attorney that does fantasy football and does a lot about it and knows a lot about it. And Kamara, honestly, he's fine with it right now. Like, he's very cool. Like, he feels comfortable. There is a little risk, but it's not enough that for this year.
Don't hire that man as your attorney, though.
No. Wow.
Yeah, that much time to research all this fantasy football stuff.
Hey, man, he knows his stuff, man.
Waiting on this guy, and he's trying to tell you about Desmond Ridder down here in the 12th round as being a steal.
Either way, I like this team build. I like the team build. I like the team. I like everything in it. I'm good with it. So
there it is. All right, we'll move on. So we got my goats. Dustin, you want to break this one down, or whose turn is it?
Yeah.
Go ahead, D.
Hey, whoever wants it, I'm going to say my goats. As always, showed me what I'm looking for. Look at the top 4 picks.
Read it off. Go
What can
ahead.
you say about this guy? He's in my top 3. I think I have him roughly around number 2, which is a B still. So everybody's a B. No, I'm just kidding. I'm giving him actually – I gave 3 people an A grade. He's my second. FF season was my first. I like what he did. I know we can kind of nitpick, like, hey, get a second tight end, that sort of stuff. Yeah. But, I mean, my boy's got some heavy hitters. I'm not going to say I like everybody on his team. But when I'm looking at stuff like D-Hop in the 9-6, I'll never be a fan of Juju. Who knows? Maybe he was going on Treylon Burks or Amon St. Brown or Bateman. Any of those guys, like, he could be waiting like, man, I'm going to hit a wide receiver. Yeah. Had it in his head. But I'm not huge on Juju.
I would have reached for Renfro or Gage or even Ayuk there, maybe.
Like, maybe.
Something, right?
I'm higher on Juju than you guys, though.
You feel like he kind of he was feeling the same way when he's like, damn, let me overcompensate with receivers. I felt like that's what he did a little later in his draft. I love the Chark pick. I think that one's going to be one of the steals of the draft, getting Chark in the 13th. Yeah. But yeah, I don't have anything bad to say about this. Again, overcompensating for the wide receiver. That's a lot of wide receivers. What up, Brooks? Snag, obviously, if you want to snag a quarterback, you want to snag a tight end right there. But overall, like, that's an A for me.
Okay, I'll follow that up. I came in with an A- as well. Nice. To me, it was my number 1 ranked team.
Shout out Wilson.
First thing I look at is quarterback pairing. And if you're going to tell me you're going to give me Mahomes and Stafford on this team, like, I tell you, I have an advantage at quarterback over pretty much every one of these teams. Maybe, team 11 here, which we'll break down, ahead, and maybe the next team with Burrow and Lance. But to me, that Mahomes Stafford is, you're winning there. Yeah. And you still get 2 great RB1s in Jones and Connor. And a PPR, getting Allen is great. Cooks, Juju, Hopkins. Again, just caution with Hopkins. You are only getting – I'd like to see him go a round or 2 later, hopefully, when things eventually shake out. Yeah. Because he is only playing 7 games because he has that week 13 bye. Yeah. So just remember that. So – and that's if he's healthy. So, like, let's say he gets nicked up and misses a game or 2. Now you're only getting 5 games out of a guy potentially in a season. To me, that's just a little expensive, but the potential upsides of that in the playoffs, as long as you build your wide receivers out and you can stash them, then that's just could be a league winner for you. So again, I like to go big or go home. So to me, this is the team I'd want to grab. Go ahead.
Yeah, I mean, for me, for me,
I want to throw something in.
Okay.
But now, very Jamarcus Russell is. He has to read the playbook. Kyler Murray. So when they come back to him playing, like, you're going to have him in the most crucial time of the year. and I like that. I can't disagree with anything that you said, but I don't know if you guys seen in his contract, right? We
Yeah, I
talked
saw
about
that.
Kyler Murray's contract.
Yeah.
Hey, 4 hours dedicated a week where you have to watch film.
I don't know how
So-
they're going to track all that, but yeah, I saw that.
But I mean, hey, DeAndre was by far the greatest hands in the NFL, and we gave him every kind of kudos that you can give a wide receiver. And then it kind of tailed off to, let's say, like Michael Thomas and then Devontae. Like, we're just searching Justin Jefferson, whoever you want to throw in there, right? But I can't put it on DeAndre. He didn't just forget how to catch balls. It's like DeAndre just needs the ball. Hey, not even like to him. Just get it close. Hey, he's going to moss people. So they can make that work. If they had even, I would say, a better running back, I'm not knocking in the running backs that they had, but if they can open it up there, then that team would be something to watch.
Dirty. Yeah. No, I don't disagree with that. The top 5 for like Superflex are just the top 5 quarterbacks are just so hard to rank in what order you would want them. It's more personal preference than, anything in my opinion. I'll go Josh Allen, Herbert, Mahomes, Burrow, Murray, Jackson's only in there because of his rushing upside for everyone else. But for me, for Magoats, still go back to him. I gave him the 4th ranked. I had a really hard time between him and FF Season trying to figure out where I wanted him. I really do like this build. It's simple. It's easy. It's what we teach everybody how to do this and how to, build this type of Superflex team. Honestly, it's very safe. It's very good. The wide receivers are fine, in my opinion. I would have probably gone what would put it at 1 for me is probably
Hawkinson.
No, well, that too. I would have probably taken
Sutton
Schultz.
right there.
I would have grabbed Schultz at Hawkinson, and I would have grabbed Darrell Henderson at the Christian.
Say it
Kirk.
again, Mike.
What? Dalton Schultz.
Say it again.
Whatever. I like Dalton Schultz. I love that guy.
I know we traded it last year.
I didn't. I kept him.
I
traded. Oh, yeah. You traded him too. Wait, did I trade him away for Knox?
I got Knox. You got Schultz.
Yeah. Okay. So yeah, I traded for him. So, I probably would have done a couple of different things, but overall, this is a wonderful team. I'm not knocking it too much. I understand it's Ants 1. I felt differently about the other teams, but if there were a few things that kind of fell his way, I would have been really, really thrilled. So,
not bad.
Yeah. And yes, Wilson.
Don't spoil it, my friend. Don't spoil it. We got things brewing.
Yeah.
All right.
Hey, Brooks.
Yeah, he's here. There it is. Let's get to it, man. We got 7 rings. We got Brooks in the house. He's in the chat here, so he's gonna get his live grade. So we'll get into it here. Whose turn is it to read it?
I think it's your turn.
My turn. All right, man. So Brooks, I got you right here, buddy. Let's go, man. We got Joe Burrow at the 1-7. Then he goes Derrick Henry, who
Which I
already
think
mentioned
is a steal.
Yeah, who I already mentioned is my RB2 at the 2-6. Then he goes Trey Lance. Not bad for a QB2. I understand the upside, but we'll see. In the 3rd, then he goes Mike Evans. Can't hate that pick in the 4th.
No.
Cam Akers in the 5th. J.K. Dobbins, probably the only questionable pick here. I'll get into that in a little bit here. Then goes Dalton Schultz, like we were just talking about in the 7th. Trey Burks here in the 8th. Carson Wentz in the 9th. Garrett Wilson in the 10th. Cordell Patterson in the 11th. Sky Moore in the 12th. Jacoby Myers in the 13th. Alec Pierce in the 14th. And Curtis Samuel in the 15th. So
interesting.
What you got? What grade you got for Brooks here, Dustin? We'll let him hate you first. Go ahead.
Hey, Brooks, you're going to hate me. The good thing is you're going to be able to keep that 7 rings name for a long, long time. So don't be too mad. You lost me at the Trey Lance. I love the first 2 picks.
Agreed.
I'm not huge on Mike Evans either. I know how great he is. I'm not taking anything from him. I feel like he's kind of showed his ceiling for where he is and what's going on. You know what I mean?
Okay.
Mike, do you just
I disagree, and it's only because of the concept that he's gonna
It's my turn, Mike. I'm just Hey, I'm just kidding. Hey,
no, come on, man. He's the only guy there. Beyond Gage, he's the only guy there. So
No, I get that.
Yeah.
I get that. Yeah. You can put Randy Moss there again. I'm still not taking a receiver with Tom Brady at the other end of the ball. He's going to hit 10 different receivers every game, just like Drew Brees did. I get it. A few fall through the cracks. Mike Evans is going to give you that bottom 1,000. And how many yards is 1,000 per game? 57, you said?
59.
59, right? We can't say that this guy's amazing because he's got 1,000 yards 8 of the last 10 years or whatever his stat is. And Zeke is doing the same thing. We're like, yeah, it's only 59 yards every time. Like, Mike Evans is a beast. Put him on any other team, he's going to win it, right? But Cam Akers, J.K. Dobbins, I'm not huge on either of those. I think after that, obviously, everybody knows, like, I want to fight Carson Wentz on the show. I'm not going to go there. But he lost me there. Everybody else, I feel like he killed it. Like, I feel like he killed it on the Trayvon Burks, Wilson. Sky Moore was great until we found out he's going to be out for the whole year. Like Jacoby Myers, like I'm in on all those. I just feel like on a lot of these, like when you have that bulk of 4 wide receiver picks or 5 out of the last 6, like you know in your head, you're like, damn, I don't have the wide receivers that I'm comfortable with, and you just went for it rather than like, let me stack a second tight end. Let me get my third. You know what I mean? Like there's different positions that you could focus on at that point.
Yeah, well, and I think that's where he went wrong with Dobbins. If he would have went, and I think he did get mixed up on that. It's Justin Ross is out, but we know what you meant.
Yeah.
I knew what you meant.
Oh,
but
hey,
just
right.
to correct it. Yeah.
Well, damn, you shouldn't have told me my next draft. I would have totally.
I'm so pissed. I picked him up in Scotty Fish, thinking that it would be something.
Oh, yeah.
That's all right.
Yeah, I think
you have waivers at least.
Yeah. Well, again, just as regards to this one, J.K. Dobbins is, to me, I think if you grab a wide receiver there, I think this team can turn out, much better. And that's, my knock on it. Just the first, 3-4 picks, I'm okay with. I'm okay with Akers, but again, not doubling down with Dobbins. And then, you only have Patterson after that. So for me, I came in with the C+. Was my number 9 ranked team on this one. And again, it's just a mock, so don't hate us, Brooks. It's all good. We're just gonna give you the feedback that we got, man. That's all.
Yeah, I mean, for me, 10th ranked team, it's a C+ at best. There's a little bit too much risk in this, and there's just too many rookies. Like,
see, there you go.
What? Honestly, I forgot. Oh, okay. No worries.
And that makes sense. See,
but at the end of the day, for me, like Sutton there would have been a better choice, or Judy or whoever you felt more comfortable with, Robinson. But at the end of even with Henry, Akers, and Patterson, you had nobody else. There was no running back that really matters that helps. J.K. Dobbins, I don't trust. I don't think he's going to be back in time, and I think that all his talk is a little bit too much. There's just too many rookies for me to really enjoy this team. Burks is my second favorite wide receiver out of the rookie group. Wilson, I don't think is going to get enough time. Sky Moore might have an opportunity. Huh?
Because I don't know who's your first.
Drake London. I'll take Drake London over that, and it's only because of the volume. I think that.
Well, you have Olave. Or how
Olave would probably be
like Olave late.
Yeah, like Olave.
I would say I like him more than Burks because of where he's going. You can get Olave like 3 or 4 rounds later, and I think
I
that's
agree.
better.
110%.
Especially if Thomas isn't Thomas anymore. So we'll see.
I'm on board. Like with that Saints offense, it's more for me Landry than Olave.
It's all new, man.
Yeah, everything is so. A lot of teams are like that, and it's not just the Saints. I mean the Cleveland, the Kansas City Chiefs, they're another team that we're still trying to figure out. The Green Bay Packers, everyone's trying to figure out. There's a lot of teams other than those guys. The Steelers, another team that everyone's trying to figure out. So there's just so many things that I just can't get behind on it. Like you guys said, top 2 picks I like. After Lance, I can't support Lance. I can't do it. I can't do it yet.
I mean, as a QB2, there's at the QB2 already in the 3rd round, the only other options he had was Tua, Fields, Ryan, Mac Jones, Deshaun, Trey
I would have taken
Lawrence,
Matt Ryan. No, I would have taken Matt Ryan over that. I would have taken so many other people. I would have taken Tua over that. Like
his rushing upside gets him ahead of those guys.
no, I
but
completely
we could
understand the
argue about
rushing.
that on a whole show.
Understood. And like I said, me and you
And it's
have
the
different
yards after they
opinions,
catch
but
that Debo and Ayuk can get and Kittle. Like
that's
he doesn't
if he's
have
starting.
to throw the ball there.
Jimmy is
Oh, we're gonna
going
go
to
in that.
be the starter.
All right. We'll
It-
see
That's
about
all
that.
right, guys. Hey, brothers fight.
No,
Brothers
hold
fight.
on.
Let's move on for the sake
Hold
of the
on.
show.
No. I'm gonna say one thing before we move on. I retweeted a post this morning from one of the beat writers from San Francisco, and if you guys want to rip them from last year, that's fine. But at the end of the day, they were saying that a person inside the inside the 49ers, a few of the players are saying that they rather play with Jimmy G over, Tracy or I can't even say his name. Trey Lance, because of the concept that they just don't like him. They don't think he's going to be consistent. They don't like the way he plays. They prefer Jimmy G just as a person, as a quarterback, as everything. So I can't get behind Lance until I know for an absolute 100% I'm going to be on the field day one and on. And I don't see it. So
you're going Kevin Costner draft day movie right now. He had a birthday. Nobody showed up. I get it.
Yeah. Well, I could. Yeah. Honestly, I can. You want to compare it to draft day, which is fantastic. Yeah, I would still be on. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. It sums it up.
Yeah.
We'll see.
Hey, gotta love it.
Moving on.
And see, Brooks,
I'm
like
ready
this.
to move
I'm
on.
never taking Matt Ryan after ever, Mike. After two. Yeah, I don't blame you, man.
Well, then how are we taking Deshaun when he was up 24-0 in the playoffs?
But also remember he was he put up the 28 points before they went back. But let's not get into that.
Hey, Prado Dynastia.
Yeah.
Surprised Mike Ortiz isn't in here right now.
Yeah, I was gonna say Mike's usually always in here. I'm always excited to see Mike in here.
Prado Dynastia sounds like a medical procedure for sure.
Go ahead.
Well,
break
you
it
get
down.
you get to break his team.
Read
down.
it off. Read it off. Read it off.
All right, I'm
audio
not going to
viewers.
read it off. Here's what I'm going to tell you. He got the low-key greatest quarterback MVP potential to start off. That's a solid pick, 1.8. I didn't give him an 8. A.
So wait, you would have taken Dak Prescott over Kyler Murray
easily.
Oh,
Next question.
Jesus Christ. I can't
Mike,
do it. I can't do it.
question.
I can't. I was high on Dak too. I can't
Keep
do
going.
this.
Hey, Russell Wilson, yes.
No
hey,
way.
Tom Brady, duh.
No.
Jalen Hurts, would never see the second round ever. If somebody drafted him in the second round, I would start the league over, kick that person out, and start the draft over again.
See, I like Jalen Hurts in some ways, but I don't like him in a lot of other ways. So for me, I'd rather take him just with the rushing upside, but I don't know. I don't know how I would feel about these two. Actually, the one conversation we could have is Dak and Jalen Hurts. I think Dak is a better quarterback as a whole. If you want to go with like NFC East quarterbacks, who's the best? Dak is the best. Let's just leave it at that.
We just lost a bunch of viewers with my commentary, so I apologize.
Yeah, so we're going to move on. All right, break down his team, Dust.
Cody says he just caught up. Love you and Dustin for the ring. Mike, we're going to need to have a talk.
Hey, man, I like your team. Let's not get too into there.
Yeah, so Prado. Hey, Leonard Fournette, I don't care how fat he is. That dude is a man.
I loved his tweet the other day with him.
Did the face swap?
The big fat swoop. Yeah, I love that.
Gotta love it. Hey, Antonio Gibson, he's going to be solid in that area. I get why you took him, right? Hey, like Ant says, that shin is a tricky thing. Kick it on a coffee table and then talk to him in the morning. So I'm hoping he's healed. So it's a little bit of a question mark over there. He did obviously handcuff his running back. He got Amon-Ra St. Brown in the 8th. Like, gotta love it. CH is garbage. Regardless if he's healthy, if Ronald Jones gets hurt, it doesn't matter. he didn't do enough to kind of send me over the edge. Like there's not anything that kind of just like, wow, like what a steal, or you know what I mean? So
Yeah.
The
For
first four
that-
picks are pretty nice.
I like Rondale Moore. I think a lot of people are sleeping on Rondale Moore. We're not talking about him as much. I think he gets a little more action this year, and they tried to work him in. He was getting targets. He was in the run game. He was in everything last year, and then just kind of fell off because I feel like they have so many weapons there. And Kyler wasn't watching film. So let's see what happens this year. Let's work him in. I like it. I'm tossing a B. A low B,
Okay.
not a B minus, but a low B.
What about you,
It's like
Ant?
an 83.
For me, I got a B minus, so I think I'm kind of right in there with you. Came in as my 7th ranked team. Just the wide receiver depth after Chase and Lamb, in a 3 wide receiver league, is just kind of lacking there to me. I do like the Van Jefferson pick. I think that
Yeah.
was sneaky. That was probably like one of the better picks here.
Yeah,
And then,
Travis been getting me more on board.
Yeah, so I really do like him. The numbers he put up, if you really dive into that, are pretty good. And again, we truly don't know what we're going to get out of Allen Robinson, even though I do like that pick.
I do.
So
know
I
what we're
mean,
getting.
yeah, I mean,
Mike
again,
knows.
don't get me wrong, but I'm just saying, like, you never know.
Yeah.
But so Van Jefferson could be a sneaky pick there for the value. You guys know I still love Irv Smith. He's my guy. And I mean, obviously, grab 4 QBs. He could probably trade one of these guys off. If Mariota starts off hot, someone gets nicked up. Maybe he has some trade bait there to, back up his running backs. It's just a little tough. So it's kind of right in there. I mean, I wouldn't mind it too bad. You have good assets again with Chase. You could probably turn that into some pieces. Running back and a wide receiver potentially. So,
Yeah.
but again, that's where I'm at. B minus 7-3 team.
Yeah. I mean, for me, same thing. I gave him an 8. The 8 ranked team that I would have B minus. I don't mind this team. Running back is weak in some ways with a little, with little depth. Handcuffing Lenny isn't a horrible idea. I'm not into the 4 QBs and the 2 tight ends.
Handcuff
Like,
Lenny?
yeah, why not handcuff Lenny? I
'Cause
like
it's
Ricard
playoff
White,
Lenny.
man.
You don't call him
Yeah,
handcuff Lenny.
I don't care. Ricard White is
handcuff Lenny.
Rashad.
Rashad White is probably my 2nd running back out of the rookie running back class compared to with Breece Hall as 1. So I like the kid.
I'm offended for Leonard Fournette's family. I'm hurt.
I don't even know what to say. I would have added more I would have added better wide receivers, over Mariota and Njoku or something like that. But other than that,
Agree.
Yeah. So
not bad.
Mike, classic. With all due respect, horrible take.
Thanks. Appreciate it.
There it is. So let's
where have you been?
Move on. I love it. Welcome back,
I
man.
missed
I'm
Dustin
excited
so
to have you
much.
here, man. This is awesome.
Horrible take.
This show's going down in
He
history,
skips for
man.
Dak Prescott. We don't even talk about that.
I was gonna say,
Yeah.
he gave me an A just off that Lamb Dak stack. So
Yeah.
there it
Can't
is.
do it.
All right. So we got
Yeah.
the one, the only Wilson 27, ambassador extraordinaire. Shout out to Wilson. I'm pretty sure he's still in here with us.
Yeah.
We'll see if we might be late over there. He's in that central time. But it's all
okay.
good. So let's break it down. Whose turn is it?
Yeah, I got this one. I'll
ahead.
get Wilson. So with Wilson, he goes with Kyle Murray as a steal as the 109. We won't get into why.
Steal?
That's a steal. If you get Kyle Murray at the 109 in Superflex, that's a steal. Then he goes with Matt Ryan in the 5th. He goes Mitch Trubisky in the 12th. Then for his running backs, he goes Najee Harris with Javonte Williams, Elijah Mitchell in the 6th. Goes with Damian Harris in the 9th, with McKissick in the 14th, and Deontay Foreman in the 15th, who I think he's probably one of the best late round values for a running back there is right now. Goes with Tyreek Hill in the 4th round. Then grabs Gabriel Davis, who I am just infatuated with. Rashad Bateman Allen Robinson and Devontae Parker as his running backs, and Pat Freiermuth as his tight end. So, as you can tell, I am pretty happy about this team. Very hard between him and who did I have as my first? Jake the Snake. So I put him as my second best team, A-. I mean, this is a team. This is the exact team I would draft. Like, let's be real here. I literally would draft this team if I was in that 9 spot. Like, this is what it would be. I think Matt Ryan's the perfect QB2. Safe floor with Bateman. We know he's going to have volume. I'm really low on Bateman, but the volume's there. He'll be fine. Gabe Davis, I'm always on board with. Alan Lazard.
If you
same
like
thing.
London, you should like Bateman. I don't.
Yeah, I know. I'm starting to. I've been kind of like I
he's,
said.
He's a better London. So
better London. But he has no one behind him, just like London
Duvernay.
does. Yeah, they're the same.
I mean, there is no Pitts there. I mean, you could argue that.
Yeah,
well, actually, I'm sorry, they have Andrews. Yeah,
so for me,
I'm sorry.
You're completely right in that analogy in the context that they are the exact same player because they're in the exact same situation. Like if you look at their teams and look at who they have, I mean, the only difference is Lamar. So
they both went in the same round here. So
yeah. So I mean, honestly, I like the Bateman pick. I'm fine with it. So
I just would have went another wide receiver there instead of Harris. You're so
okay.
solid. You're so
I don't
solid
mind
with your 3 running backs already.
Yeah.
And to me, I still would like another wide receiver there.
Yeah.
To me,
who would you go with?
I would take Ayuk right there or Olave all day.
Okay.
Either one of those guys.
I'm fine with it.
In a 3 wide receiver league for sure.
I would have had
and we're not even paying attention to like bye weeks or anything like that. Like I absolutely would take another guy there.
I probably would have.
Yeah, and if you are gonna go running back, then I would rather have Gordon.
I would have went Gordon, even though
or even
Javonte.
Cooks or Hines. I might have went too.
Yeah, I mean, even if I would have maybe taken Hunt since he already has Javonte. If you don't want to, stack it, but I would have been fine.
But I love where we're at.
Hunt's still there too. Yeah.
I think on this, everybody feels the same. Hey, he rolled with the punches perfectly with the draft position that he was in.
Yeah.
Coming from the 9 spot, he did. I mean, it's almost picture perfect what you want to do, right? Like, hey, you miss on one. If you're targeting running back and you miss it, he went another direction. Like he balanced his team out really good. I love it. There's only maybe 2 to 3 people that are like, kind of like you guys, like, I want to take this guy. A lot of it's personal preference for me.
I would have just taken Gesicki over Freiermuth. That's probably.
I like Freiermuth. I think Freiermuth has a future, but hey. What do I know?
I don't disagree. I like him too.
We don't even know
what
his quarterback is. We don't know what's going to happen over there. So.
Oh no! Let's be very clear. It's gonna be Trubisky. There's no.
As it should
Trubisky
be.
is winning this. Like there's no. If people want to. Yeah, as it should be. I don't.
So
like
Whopper Hands isn't going to win it, Mr. Pickett.
No,
I get it.
Baby Hands ain't winning it. So.
Hey, so shout out Wilson.
B+ for me. 5th ranked team. Just to get that in there.
Wilson got my 2.
Yeah. Not bad, Wilson.
Hey, Pillsbury throw boy. By far, hey, you guys, everybody in here is cool. By far best name. Am I right?
Yes, sir. And he's got the hefty lefty in there too. He's got he's got Lorenzo in there throwing that. Oh man. RIP. I miss that guy.
Hey, you gotta love it.
Yeah.
Gotta love it.
Breaking it down.
So Mike,
go for it.
Break it down. What'd you give Pillsbury? Where's he at?
Oh, okay. So
who's going to read it off?
I got him. So we'll go with Cooper Kupp in the first round with Justin Jefferson in the second, which I'm shocked. I understand this is super flex, but that's still a really good, stack of wide receivers here. DJ Moore with Michael Thomas in the 9th, Jamison Crowder in the 14th. We have Tua Tagovailoa in the 4th. With Jameis Winston in the 7th, with Baker Mayfield in the 11th. Just sounds like a weird group of quarterbacks, right? Doesn't sound right until like you then realize that they're all going to be playing this year. Then you go with David Montgomery in the 5th, with Rashad Penny in the 8th. Then you go with Melvin Gordon in the 10th, Michael Carter in the 12th. James Robinson, who, for those who don't know, isn't on the PUP list this year or this training camp. So he'll be coming in healthy, but at the same time, he's not starting
barely
on the
working
pup.
off to the side. He hasn't
True. No,
done
I
any
know.
offseason anything.
I'm aware. Just saying, he's not on the pup. That's a good sign. Anyway, compared to
Brothers,
guys like
brothers.
compared to Gus Edwards and J.K. Dobbins. Let's just be clear. Anyway,
Hey, back to order, boys. Come on.
and
Yeah, which one would you rather have? Just quick sidebar.
Ooh,
J.K.
okay.
Dobbins and Gus Bus or Robinson
ETN.
Etienne? I'd have to say Robinson Etienne.
Yeah, I'm going with Robinson. Right? Yeah, I kind of have to lean that way. I've never been high
Dustin's
on
gonna
any
disagree.
running
There's
back
no way he's going to
from the
agree
Ravens.
with that.
I'm rocking with the ETN side.
Okay.
Yeah, I can't. You there's no way that you can. They're both.
This is a quick little. Just a quick little.
No, and honestly,
so I apologize. That was fun.
No. Honestly, it's a good comparison. I mean, these two came out, or they both tore their ACL in the beginning of the year, and then you have ETN tearing tearing the Liz Frank, and then you ended up having Robinson with the Achilles at the end of the season.
Do you put Penny and Walker in that group too?
No, because Walker's health. Is Walker coming off an injury?
No injury, but still.
That's my point.
I just meant as like a backfield because their situation's a little worse. But there's the injury risk with Penny. Even
I want to know what.
No, I
want to know what Mike's fiance's doctor has to say about this before I give my opinion.
You're so.
I still can't believe you did that, man. That was awesome.
I did.
Anyway, all right, Pillsbury throw boy. We digress. I think he started off nasty, man. I'm just gonna take over right now. I don't know whose turn it was.
Go ahead.
Obviously that Chase Jefferson stack is just too juicy.
Oh my god.
And then you throw
Cup.
Andrews
Cup.
on. Oh, I'm sorry, yeah, Cup and Jefferson, and then you throw Andrews on top of that.
Yeah.
I mean that's pretty nasty. But then you just kind of lose me with everything else. I mean, individually they're not that bad, and I mean I don't hate it, but when you put it all together. Just to me, I couldn't just get behind this team as much. So it came in as my 10th ranked team. I gave it a C just for me personally, which is weird just because a lot of the players individually I like, but just kind of how they all came together. I'm just not really feeling it. There was other builds that I liked much better that I'd be comfortable rolling into the week with, even though I'd be looking at that Cup in Jefferson. I mean, and Andrews. I mean, that's just. I mean, it's hard to pass that up, so I understand why you did. So
I have to piggyback yours because, to be honest, I'm at the 9th rank for this. Yeah, I'm the 9th ranked here for him, and he's a C+ to me, and it's for the exact same reason. Like his team is scary. Like this team scares the living shit out of me if I were to see this. But at the end of the day, the QBs are the thing that kind of throw me off a little bit. There's no real wide receiver depth after. Cup and Jefferson. Moore's fine. Baker being
Moore's
there,
great. He's a great wide receiver 3. I mean, that's
for sure, and that's my whole point. Like I'm good with Moore.
That, you have nothing.
Yeah, Thomas I don't trust Thomas. I can't touch him with a 10-foot pole. The Crowder pick I like. I'm on board with Crowder. He's Cole Beasley light. And at the end of the day, I love the running backs that he's got. I don't mind them at all. I think that's
what I mean.
Like
I don't mind the wide receivers.
No.
I don't mind the running backs, the quarterbacks, or whatever. The tight end's fantastic, but overall, it just doesn't go together.
It just doesn't feel right. Yeah.
It's one of the weirdest teams that I've had to grade to me.
And that was the hardest thing to grade for this team is that. And the quarterbacks are what threw me off on everything. Running backs are fine. I don't like Penny that much, but I don't care. I understand how people rate,
in the build and where he got him.
Yeah,
I mean, it makes sense. Like, I can't argue with it because I would have done every pick almost as well, too.
Yeah,
except for Thomas.
And especially for I would have gone probably Ayuk or Olave there, or even Lazard or, anybody else. But either way.
I think I got it off right there. But I would have loved to have grabbed like Ayuk and Lazard right there.
Yeah. Yeah. So for me, I got to give I'm just giving the C+ just based on the build, but I don't hate it because of the concept that he went a different route. Like he went a different way that anyone else did. He went against the grain, and I thought he did pretty well. You know what I mean?
Definitely zagged while everyone was zigging.
So like I said, I know I gave him the 9th ranked team, but it's one of those things where there were just so many other good teams that I couldn't like.
It was just hard to put it in somewhere.
Oh yeah, for sure.
And it's to me, it starts with the quarterbacks, and that's why my number one ranked team was a team with Mahomes and Stafford at the helm. I mean,
Yeah.
you feel so comfortable when you're rolling that out every week. To me,
Yeah, for sure.
In my
And a
opinion.
picture of Rodgers as the logo.
Well, that ain't Rodgers. That's Pillsbury throw. That's. I'm telling you, that's a hefty lefty.
No, he's talking about my goats. I think.
Oh, my goats. Oh, okay.
Yeah. Is that Rodgers?
Yeah,
it's
that's
either Rodgers or that.
He changed. No, it's Rodgers because he changed the.
That's 100% Rodgers. That's golfing Rodgers.
Everyone has that other one. Like everyone has the other one with his like.
Oh yeah, this helmet all messed up. Yeah. All right. Anyway, we'll move it on. Let's go to Ron's team.
Let's move on to Ronald. He's been waiting the whole time.
I was going to say he was here
the whole time.
I can't believe Ronald, he hasn't been saying anything.
You are going to be glad you waited.
Oh, okay. Go ahead, break it down.
All right, then you know what? You do it. You break that down.
Oh, here, I'll read it off, and then you can give your breakdown. Just because I don't want to break down my own team.
No, we're not breaking down your team.
We're not even talking about your team. We're logging off after this.
I'm actually not even going to talk about your team.
That works. I ranked it 12 too. It was all auto drafted anyway. I was talking the whole time.
I know.
But yeah, go ahead. So go ahead, Dustin. Go ahead. You're our guest tonight anyway. Go ahead. You're a guest on your own show. Go ahead.
Hey. I don't even know where to start. Obviously, you really tanked on your second pick. Somehow, for me, you pulled off still an A. So that's awesome. And I'm not huge on Pitts. I think you got a huge upside. Kenneth Walker, like I said, Jacobs is going to be opened up because they got Devontae. Devontae's basically just stealing attention. Saquon, this dude could just roll out of bed fine. He will be okay. One thing I'll say about Saquon, I am not comparing these two, but he kind of has that Barry Sanders to where he could be negative 20 yards the first 2-3 quarters, and he's going to break off 280-yard runs. If he still has that in him, that's solid. Scary Terry, I really liked him last year.
I was going to say, you were a fan. How are you feeling this year with the better quarterback? Like a much better quarterback.
Much better.
Than anything he's played with in his entire career.
Yeah.
And that's saying something.
And
I know you hate that.
And I know you hate Wentz, but it's so true.
Well, what quarterback are we talking about here?
Okay.
Hey,
if you want to have the argument that Ryan Fitzpatrick
magic, baby.
I was just gonna say, if you want to have the argument that Ryan Fitzpatrick was better than Carson Wentz,
he had him for like a game and a half.
That was it. That's kind of where I was gonna go with that.
I'm gonna win. Hey, that argument.
I'll give it to you on a technicality
but he took the GOAT, man. Obviously, like if you're gonna draft the person that you want, Zach Wilson, 1,000,000%. That pretty much kind of push him over the edge for me. I love Olave. Jihad Dotson. Hey, I mean he's McCall Hardman, man. He just kind of hit my heart, right? So like Darrell Henderson, I've waited on him forever. I'm not really like I'm kind of over that. Bobby Trees, like he has the potential 100%. McCall Hardman, we've all thought like, hey, he's gonna be the next, right? And it's so easy.
I like Hardman.
Gonna be Tyreek. We like that. We don't know what the Chiefs are doing over there. Andy Reid is, he's eating burning, he's doing what he does. Like, we don't know what's going to happen over there. Robbie Anderson, love Robbie Anderson. Hey, I seen a thing today. They called him I don't know if it's third or fourth, but called him an island boy. You know what I mean? Like, Jesus. Hey, my dude is good. Like, I really like Robbie Anderson. He's got what it takes. But again, even without a second and third pick, like I put him in my top 3 to 4 in this whole entire thing.
Okay.
I'm not.
I stand firm with that.
There you go.
Again, we lost viewers for that, so I apologize, everybody. I'm new. First show.
I think Ann is probably the farthest from that.
Yeah. So I came in at a B-. To me, he already had 2 solid running backs. He didn't need to take Walker, I think. I mean, just to me, I think he needs to just
the complete
hammer.
Opposite on that.
I think he needs to hammer just wide receivers right there.
Well, he did.
I mean, I'm okay with the Wilson pick after that. But to me, I just think he needs to build out that wide receiver depth a little more in a 3 wide receiver league. And
Okay.
that's my only difference is if it was 2 wide receiver,
He's
I
got
don't
7
hate it.
wide receivers, bro.
But but it's all later. And again, I don't hate them,
Okay.
but I think in that spot, like there's just question marks. I mean, Dotson,
Anthony,
Anderson,
sir,
they're
you
question
specifically
marks.
said that you like Olave and you like Ayuk.
I do, but not as my 3 and 4. Like I've been drafting those guys as like my 5 and
4
6.
and 5.
Yeah, but
Okay.
yeah, it's the difference on how
It's
you draft
where
with that.
they're at. Yeah, because I don't want
My-
to come out week 1 and have to start Ayuk and Olave as my wide receiver 2 and 3.
Yeah,
with
no, I
only
can
having
agree with that.
McLaurin as my wide receiver 1. I mean, I don't hate it because again,
Me too,
because
Scott.
of the Barkley like Jacobs
Yeah,
part.
I got
But
you, brother.
to me, he's on the island boy. There you go. But yeah, so that was my only thing. But again, I mean, I don't hate it. I still give it a B minus, but there's just again other builds in this specific draft that I would take, over this one. I don't think it's a bad team. I think it can contend. But it's just my 8th ranked team, but I still give it a B minus. I mean, it's still not bad.
Yeah.
That's good. I'll give him credit because, well, I guess it's kind of a discredit. Like, he got the draft in a perfect position. You had a week 12 spot. So you kind of got whatever you want right there in the 11 on the turn. So it kind of helped him out a little bit. Mike, what'd you think on this one?
No, for me, I mean, it's the 6th ranked team for me, but it's kind of like what we've been saying this whole time is the build. There's a lot of things about it that I would have done differently. I love the running backs. Like I pretty much, if you guys watch my mocks all year, I pretty much draft Barkley and Jacobs in it and everything. I like Henderson. I don't mind Walker as a later round. I prefer him a little bit later, but I understand it is what it is. But for me, the thing that throws me off this whole damn thing, and me and Ant agree on this, is Kyle Pitts, is having him in that 3rd tight end spot where you're drafting him there. You could have had Tyreek Hill, Mike Evans, T. Higgins, or or AJ Brown. Like you had so many other options at wide receiver where you could have dropped
Saquon and Tyreek.
Well,
exactly.
Yeah,
like you
and
take
I would have
Tyreek
been
there instead of Pitts.
Yeah, and that's my whole point is if you're able to take a guy like that and do that, and then maybe I would have grabbed maybe one more running back for a little bit more depth, like just because of the uncertainty with a couple things. Like I might have grabbed like Gordon instead of Olave and have Olave, where Ayuk is. But like I said, there's so many things that you could pretty much, play with there to kind of make it your own. But at the end of the day, I think Pitts is what screwed up your whole thing. And that's where I have my issue with a lot of people where they go with the, the early tight end and then they can't build. Like Pillsbury Throwboy, his is fine, even with Andrews as that 3rd pick, but it throws everything off on his team because you're not grabbing you don't have any value at wide receiver. If you have Tyreek Hill with McLaurin and then Ayuk or Olave or Woods or whoever you wanted to put as that 3rd wide receiver, you can actually do pretty well. So I just can't get on board with it. I'm big on Russell and Hurts and Wilson. Like those QBs are fire. But other than that, I can't be on board. I would have grabbed Gesicki, over at Olave or
Nobody wants Gesicki. All right. Don't downgrade these guys because you like Gesicki. Nobody wants this guy.
I do. I want him everywhere.
You can have him in every draft we're in together.
Good.
I just want to make one last point on this team. I think the drop off and just tier gap between Andrews, who goes a pick before, to Pitts is such a big gap.
I get it.
You needed Tyreek, like at least somebody with that type of upside if you're going to spend that 3rd round pick. It's just so much capital that you're investing, and he needs to hit so hard, or else your team is just set back so far. So again, to me, the only 2 tight ends I'm taking if they fall to me are Andrews and Kelsey, and they have to be in those right spots. And again,
they have to be in like the 5th. Like I want to see them in the 5th, but you're never going to get them in the 5th. Never. Well, I'm just saying, for me, the value is 5th or lower because there's no point in taking them higher. Why take them any higher? Because getting them that high, I understand that they are pivotal for their position. They are at this point. I'm not on board with Pitts anyway. I have him ranked at tight end 8. I'm going to keep him there until further notice. And it's one of those things because I just don't see him finishing the year any higher than tight end 5 like he did last year based on what they did. They subtracted so much from that offense that it.
Yeah,
when
we
you're
know.
losing. Sorry, I can't do it. I can't. We're gonna be
We know
here for
about-
another hour.
We know about your pit
Fine.
stick. It's all good.
Hey, we got it. So we covered the draft, and
Yeah,
we're
we
not
all
gonna-
got 12. I was
I'll
auto.
let people look at his draft and like kind of see it in its own way. But
So let's leave that up, and I want to ask you two a couple questions, if you guys don't mind. Just a way to
ahead,
recap,
brother.
and it's not anything crazy. I'm not putting you guys on the spot. I'm just curious. What do you guys
Okay.
think, Mike? You first. What do you think's the steal of the draft? What pick in here do you think? And I know I'm putting you on the spot.
Yeah, you are. That's a
You
good
could
question.
ramble. Hey, if you got a couple, and obviously you're going to get the same question, and then I'm going to go to you next with my next pick. Pretty similar.
I mean, steal. It has to be Wilson with Kyle Murray or FF season with Herbert. I mean, I've done a couple hundred Superflex, mocks, and Josh Allen and Herbert pretty much don't fall out of the top 4. So being able to get one of those two at 5 or later is insane for me, to think.
All right. Hey, I'm
yeah.
only doing this because my phone's dying, so we're going rapid fire. And
Nice.
same
To me,
question.
there's one pick that stands out to me is this Alvin Kamara pick in the 4th.
Okay.
When you already have Herbert, Kelsey, and Rodgers, and then you add Kamara as your RB1 that late,
Yeah.
that's just
take
too much
that.
value to me. So that's my steal of the draft.
I love it. All right. So kind of the same question, and Ant, we'll go to you first here since I put Mike on the spot on the last one. What do you think the best last pick of the draft was?
Interesting.
Does
In
that
the
make
last
sense?
round?
Like,
Yeah, to me, this Khalil Herbert pick is probably to me this best pick out of this 15th round.
Yeah.
great handcuff.
For me,
And
it's
potential standalone value.
yeah. I mean, for me, it's Darrell Williams or Deontay Foreman. I'm probably going to lean more Foreman just because of the concept that I feel the Carolina Panthers are going to kind of, they're not going to just give it all to McCaffrey. I think they're going to learn their lesson and kind of spread the ball a little bit, with Foreman, who did fantastic last year in, his situation.
My number 2 is Van Jefferson.
Took him long enough.
Ooh,
Go ahead.
Van too. Yeah.
All right. So now can I ask you guys, and this is my last question, is there somebody that you feel like had the potential to be drafted and wasn't in these first, what are we looking at? First 15 rounds? I know we're getting deep here, but in 12, is there anybody you're like, wow, I can't believe this guy went, or maybe this guy has potential and could have went?
I've been seeing David Bell drop a lot more off of draft boards lately. He's one I don't see him there.
And you got one?
Yeah, I already have mine, and it's funny that you asked this because I almost mentioned it.
Yeah.
Oh
wow.
To me it's Gerald Everett. I don't know how he didn't get drafted over like Ninjoku.
Oh, agreed.
Yeah. Or again, just I won't go too long.
Actually,
on it,
you know who I don't see?
We've been on Njoku for so long, right? Hey, as a fantasy community, like he's like OJ Howard. He took his spot. Like we waited so long.
You know who I don't see on here that I'm gonna say is Jalen Tolbert. Jalen Tolbert is not on here, which I'm actually a little shocked about because Jalen Tolbert, if I'm in that mock, he's getting taken.
This is a super flex.
Doesn't matter. I would have taken him.
15 rounds on a super flex, so maybe he doesn't.
But I get it as a 3 wide receiver.
Odell Beckham.
He's good to hold you down because Gallup's not picked either, right? So
Gallup
went
got
early.
See, that's my big argument on the Cowboys and their wide receivers.
Team 1.
Mike, we're not here for that. We don't want the Giants take on the
All
Cowboys.
I'm trying to say is the context of a person drafting Gallup over Tolbert, and Gallup's not playing until end of November. Just saying.
Yeah.
Nah, I get it. Hey,
Good
so
question.
boys, I'm just gonna say I'm not gonna say bye to everybody. Everybody can have their say. You know what I mean? Shoot your plugs, whatever you got to do. You guys wore my phone out.
There it is. All right, man. Well, we'll say peace out to you. We'll get you out of here. I'm gonna do our little readouts. I'll take us out. But it was great having you again, man. Hopefully we get you in a mock here soon as well. I know the
Yeah.
people want you, so appreciate you coming on, my brother.
Hey, I appreciate you guys holding it down. Appreciate you for having me. All that kind of good stuff. I'll make sure to be fully charged next time. Get my back end stuff up to date, up to par.
It's all good, man.
Sounds
We're just
good,
happy
brother.
to have you. All right, brother.
Right on, boys.
Later,
Take care,
dude.
man. Later. All right, man. So yeah.